Hey guys, welcome back. Hey, I'm having a tough time getting this SLK running correctly. It's tough to do it here in Costa Rica because there's not a lot of Mercedes dealers. We got one Mercedes dealer in San Jose, and that's just too far and too expensive. And also there's one Mercedes specialist in Gracia where we live, and he's really working with us. So if we buy parts, it takes me 3 weeks to get them from the United States, and then if they're the wrong part, I'm dead. And if I buy it here, it's about 3 or 4 times as expensive. So it's crazy. So Roberto, the Mercedes specialist, is really working with us because I can't drive the car into him. He's helping us out. He loaned us a throttle body and we put it in, but it was different than my throttle body, and that's the device that allows how much air to get into the engine. So anyways, that's where we're at. We're going to do a little troubleshooting on that and see what we can come up with. Then I'm going to show you how I learned plastic welding, just heating up the plastic on my glove compartment and adding some bottle cap plastic to glue, weld back some of the parts of my glove compartment so I could put it back in, because I've received my center console as well. So that's going to take some time. So anyways, thanks again for all the likes, subscribes, and comments. Keep them coming, and do comment on, there's some things I'm going to ask you in this video to comment on. So without further ado, let's get going. Thanks.
Hey guys, Aaron found a throttle body at Roberto's shop that matches mine, sort of, so we're gonna try the throttle body. So this is him changing it out.
Yeah, so look at the difference. This is the only difference between yours and this. You have a vacuum port here. Oh, and this. So this is actually off of a Sprinter. So no, it's not going to. It's not going to allow us to put our housing over it. What we're just going to have, I'm just going to hold it until you start it. It's the wrong size. Let's tape up some ports and let's try to start it.
Okay.
Yeah, so this one is quite a bit bigger as far as the diameter, so it won't even fit our intake.
For a V8 maybe?
No, it's for the Dodge, the 3-liter Dodge, or not Dodge, I don't know why I keep, because the Sprinter, it's a Mercedes Sprinter diesel van. Yeah, let's see what happens.
Ready?
Yep.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah, so this sensor is just, the throttle body is just not going to work.
So it's doing what it was doing last night.
Yeah. Is the key on?
No, I took it.
I'm going to try it. I don't even think, so he said the throttle body actually has to be coated to it. He said we could try it. I forgot to tell you that.
Yeah.
He said maybe that throttle body is not coated to the car. The one that's on it,
Okay.
which doesn't make, I mean, it should be.
Oh,
But yeah, and we tested it,
well,
and it's not.
whenever we do blowing on the sensor or whatever we get, almost a smooth out.
So turn on the key. I want to see if you press the throttle. We should be able. This should open.
Okay.
But I think it's sending the wrong. Because when I moved the thing, that the throttle body did not. So don't start it. But just.
Turn to position 3.
Yep. Okay. Now press the pedal. Yeah. Okay. So this does either needs to be coded to the car, because when you press the pedal, I'll show you.
Right.
Come. Watch. I'm gonna take yours. When we plug this in, you can come check it out. Leave that key on.
Okay.
Oh no, it's not doing it now. Okay, cycle that key one more time.
Off.
Yep, turn it back.
Position 3.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. So now the butterfly moves,
Okay.
but with the other one it doesn't, and it doesn't make that humming noise, the other one. So I wonder if this humming noise means it's bad. Yeah, I bet we could ask Google that.
Okay.
I'll bet that means it's bad. I'm gonna stop this.
My ugly looking glove compartment and the busted pieces that go on the side of my center console. So I'm gonna take the rest of this out because these bolts are broken, and see if I can't, what they call plastic weld them back, to see if I can still use this piece, or if I've got to get a whole nother piece, and it needs to be painted too. So I'm gonna take it out. And also way up underneath is the car air, the interior air filter. So I'm going to take that out as well to see if that needs to be replaced. And I also learned a lot working on the SLK. This is a real thick piece of foam, and I lay it down. I can lay on my back and do almost all this work on the glove compartment and the air filter. Well, as you can see, I got the glove compartment out. I got the lower thing out. I got this cover off. That's off of the blower. So I'm going to clean that out. And then I think there's another one that holds the filter, but I'm sure they got a lot of dirt in it. So I'm going to do that. And then here's the inside of this is the box that the glove compartment goes in. Sorry, that's my power line, but that's broken. This one's broken. These are all good in the back, but like I showed you before, they're all busted across the front. All the holes, just maybe this one. No, this one here is broken as well, because the actual screw hole goes in the back of these two circular holes. So this thing's pretty busted up. I'm gonna try on what they call plastic glue it. It's where you just take a soldering iron and heat up excess plastic around it, because the plastic pieces are still in the dash, the lower dash, that go in there. And then if I can take these plastic pieces out, fit them in their corresponding places here, and then melt them back, it may hold. But I may also put a metal plate along here just to give it some strength. Anyways, that's where I'm at so far, and I'm trying to get that filter out as well, because I saw a video online that showed after rain, leaves can get in there, and I don't want it all clogged up. So I'm gonna take care of that as well. So just moving along on the interior. My buddy will be back tomorrow, and we're gonna work on the car more. I still don't have parts in, but they should be in next week. Okay, I was able to get the blower motor cover off. I've already dumped them off, but you can see they're still filthy dirty. This is the filter cover and that's the kind of gunk that was in it. And then there's the filter. It doesn't look too bad, but if you go close, it's pretty dirty inside, so I'll get a new one of those on order. And then that's just the dirt that it dumped down when I opened up the door. So gonna vacuum it as usual. More cleaning. Okay, gonna try and do some plastic welding on my glove compartment. This is the top. These are busted. That's the left one. That's the right one. I pulled them out of the screws. I marked it left and right. And then I've got some bottle caps I can use for extra plastic. And I got my soldering iron warming. So I'm not going to film it while I do it because this is my first attempt, but I'll show you how it turns out. Okay, what I did was I took a black bottle cap like this, and then I took my soldering iron and melted chunks out of it into this. And I think it's pretty good for a first try. That cap's on really nice. That area is where it was cracked down to over here. And I tried to fill it in. I see it's a little bumpy. I might put some on this side a little later, but I'm going to go on to the other one and see what I can get done on it. Now on the right one, as you can see, there's a piece that's broken off of this. So I'm going to have to tack weld it like that first and then move it over and put it on the bottom of the glove box. Okay, the tack weld came out okay, but this guy fits there, but as you can see there's a big gaping hole there. So I'm going to try and fill that with some of this plastic cap and see if we can't make that bad boy work. Okay, well, I guess my soldering skills from years ago as a tech have helped me with this, because overall I think it came out great. I may have to sand the top of this a little and maybe that to make it flat because I got some plastic up there, but I really used a lot of this cap and melted it onto there. So I'm very pleased with that. We'll see how it fits later. And lastly, more good news. This piece that's missing, I found, and I'm going to plastic weld it in place. It may be harder than it looks, but I'm very pleased because now I can sand and paint this whole thing when I'm done. I still have one very difficult hole left. It's just majorly gone, and the pieces to it are majorly gone. So I'm gonna just tack weld them together and make a circle and then add a bunch of goop around it, plastic. Hey, I'm usually not a quitter. That piece broke off when I tried to tighten it, and this one broke off. This one's fine. But I think I'm going to give this a rest, and maybe you guys can comment on what I could use. I was thinking of making a template. This is just brass or tin, but I'm thinking of making something that goes here, gets thin here, and goes over here as well. To support this, then I can put washers on each side, and this will help support, because these two are wonderful. They hold it up and in, but every time I push the front, these others break. Either as soon as I'm tightening them, the back sides of these break. So I kind of want to give it a rest and see what any of my viewers have to tell me. And calling the 800 number didn't help either. Well, it got me my radio code for free, so I'm pleased about that. But anyway, any help or advice on what to do with this box that holds my glove compartment would be really appreciated. Guys, before I put the cavity of the glove compartment back, I'm going to put in this beautiful little air filter that I ordered. You can see it's a little whacked at the bottom. It had to come from China all the way to Costa Rica, so it's paid its dues. Anyway, I'm not going to make you watch me suffer putting that filter in. I already figured it out. I'm just going to stick it up in there. Then we'll start work on the glove compartment. Then we'll put in the new center console that my air vents and radio and dials fit into. Thanks. So here's the glove compartment cavity. I've had a little tin up top. Doesn't look the best, but just to hold it. First thing I do is these guys that I plastic welded. These two bumps right here have to go to this area right here. That's the mainstay, and then I'm going to see if I can make the rest of these line up with these holes and keep it up with this tin, and then I'll trim that tin accordingly. I got to plug in the lamp real quick, so I'm going to set the phone down, but I'll put this in, then we'll be putting the glove compartment in on these two hinges. Okay, here's what we got. I know it doesn't look great, but I'm just trying to get it to hold up there so I can put the door on. I'll do some more mods later. Okay, here it is. I don't have the latch. I gotta find the latch, but it covers. It's gonna be closed most of the time. Like I said, I'll fix that tin. It's the only way I could figure to hold it up there. I even need to put another screw in over here, but I'll probably figure something better. Somebody give me a suggestion by comment of what to do with this. I just didn't want to pay for this box because it was mostly good except for this area up here, and the door repainted looks nice. I can't wait to see it next to the brand new center console piece that disintegrated, and I've got the brand new one. So I'll show you a little more a little later.
Hey guys, as always, hope you enjoyed that. We're having a tough time. Hope you learned a lot about plastic welding. I sure did. And and a big shout out to Aaron, my buddy, for doing all that he does. He's developed a great working relationship with Roberto, and he stops by and talks to him at the shop to see what we can do next. So he's formulating a plan right now of what we're going to try next, or if we're going to have Roberto come back out with his scanner and see if we can deep dive and get closer to the real problem. So that's where we stand. I know you haven't seen a cameo on Lambo or anything from Milvia, but Lambo got distemper shots, and that's like a 20-day process, so we haven't been taking him to the park or mixing him with other dogs. So anyway, and Milvia's been busy just doing a lot of work. We had a condo we had to get ready for sale in another town. So anyways, thanks again. Please like, subscribe, and do comment. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you'd like to see. I really appreciate all the comments, and we'll see you again next week. Thanks.